when you're doing something huge, such as moving to New Zealand, you tend to focus on the things that you need to get right. The key is to find out the mistakes that people have made before you and to not make the same mistakes twice.
This is a real costly one, and it was, well, I'm not going to say it was all my fault, but it was 99.9%, well, it was 100% my fault, really.
In this episode, we're going to share with you 7 major mistakes that we and members of our community made when we came to New Zealand so that you don't do the same as us.
It's a Drama, coming to you from Taranaki, New Zealand.
Hello.
Daddy, I love him!
Mother thanks you.
Right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Liz.
And I'm Brian.
And today we're back from Taranaki to give you some classic mistakes that we made, not just us and people that we've talked to in our community made when we moved to New Zealand, so that you don't do the same.
What more can you say other than mistakes? I never make mistakes. It's mainly Liz.
The thing is, it's very easy when you're doing your research to think, okay, what do we do right? You know, we've got to get the right visas, we've got to get the right area, we've got to get the right school, we've got to do this, we've got to get a good job. But the value is in the mistakes that people make. Well, so you can think, I won't be such an idiot and make the same mistake, you know?
Well, those things you have to get in. So just to get over here, you're going to have to do all those things anyway. But then there was the mistakes that you think, it's all done. And then you've got to move.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about, is the mistakes then.
It is a beautiful day in New Plymouth. The sun is shining on our backs. We were just saying how gorgeous it feels. There's nothing nicer than having the sun on your back when you're doing a show like this, because it's like someone just standing behind you going, it's okay, it's all right.
Rub on the shoulders.
I know you made those mistakes, but it's over now.
No, it's not.
Right, so we've got 7. Number one mistake that we made, this was us personally, so we hope you won't make the mistake, is rushing in and buying a car within 2 days of getting here.
Yeah.
And not only that.
Do you know what?
Not only that, though, Bri.
What?
We bought it at auction. And not only that, it was a flipping heap of rubbish.
But was it?
Yes.
At the end of the day, was it?
Yes.
A heap of rubbish?
Yes.
It never let us down.
No. That's because you worked on it 24/7.
No, but it always started, got us to where we were going. Actually quite zippy and fast to where we were going. Yeah, there was a few things on it, but... You know, apart from a wheel bearing that went on it, that still worked, but obviously it fixed it for $180.
So we got to New Zealand within 2 days of, we hired a camper and we went all around New Zealand. And then when we came back, we needed to get down to Taranaki so Brian could start his job. And we didn't have a car, so we went to Turner's Auctions. This is like back 15 years ago. And we just bought this pile of rubbish, basically, that Brian then defends for the rest of his life, saying it was great.
No, do you know what?
It was a Subaru. It was a green Subaru. It looked like something a boy racer would drive.
Sound of approaching idiot.
And yeah, you're right. It didn't break down. But would we do the same again?
Do you know what? This is what people ask me many times. And I always have a bit of a laugh and a joke with people that are in our community and stuff, because it's like, I've got to buy Japanese if I move to New Zealand. And it's like, no, you don't. And I know we'll get lots of comments to go, yes, you do. But being from Europe, I know what European cars are like. And I know what Japanese cars are like. And they're about the same.
Is Subaru Japanese?
Yes.
So are you saying that Japanese car is a good car?
Well, you said it's a piece of rubbish.
Well, no, I said
you
that.
You heard it exactly.
Yeah, no, I did.
What? I love Toyotas.
No. Don't say that. Stop doing that stupid voice.
I've had 2 Toyotas and they were good cars-ish.
All I'm saying is the car that we bought, regardless of whether it was Japanese, I didn't even know it was Japanese.
All right.
We rushed into it because we were desperate. We had no way of getting down to New Plymouth, which of course we would have done. We should have just hired a car thinking about it.
I know.
But because we thought we were being so clever and we were going to buy in Auckland and we would make money when we sold it, because that was always our intention, we ended up, we had nothing else to buy. So we ended up, you've got to admit it, we ended up buying that because there was nothing else.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. That's a mistake.
Yeah.
Just don't rush into it.
Yeah, don't rush into it. And that's what I was about to say with people that come over here. You know, they say straight away, I need to buy a car. I need to buy, and like they're going out and buying expensive cars, like 30, 40, up to $80,000.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Like,
nicer than getting to a new country and getting a
but
nice
let's
brand
get
new
a Tesla
car.
or something like that. And it's just like, wow, why don't you just get to the country, either hire a car for a wee bit, or buy a used car, or something that's going to cost you like 10 grand, you know? And then just see, whoops, the wind. See that? That's a sign. The
It's a
wind
sign,
blew,
yes.
that I was right.
It's my mum saying to you, stop being such a bitter old
No,
man.
I'm not. It's not bitter.
It is.
It's not.
As if you wouldn't want to buy a Tesla if you had the money.
Yeah, but I'm not saying I wouldn't want to buy a Tesla, but it's not Japanese, is it?
Anyway,
There you
so
go.
moving on then. So get off your tea.
Yeah.
I've poured you some tea there. So is that it? So just don't rush in to
Don't rush in
buying a
and
car.
don't think you only have to buy a Japanese car. There's plenty of other cars. I've driven European cars in this country for over 10 years, and you know what? Virtually never ever gone wrong. Virtually never ever gone wrong.
Number 2 mistake that we made when we moved over here, and thankfully we got away with this one because it would have stuffed us right up, to be honest, and I don't want you to make the same mistake. We were living in Bath in England. Brian had got his job offer to start in New Plymouth, and we had nowhere to live. So we tried to rent a house. We were that close, we almost signed the contract, to rent in a house before we got over here. And the reason we said that was a mistake for us is because when we were sitting in England, at our kitchen table in the kitchen in Bath, looking at this property, and it was like, 5-10 minutes from the centre of like the village where you're going to be living, and right next to the beach, and on our road with our rose tinted glasses on, we just thought this was going to be perfect. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. So we phoned the lady up and we're like, yeah, can we rent it for 6 months, please? We'll sign the contract. And she said, yep, okay, I'll get all the paperwork sorted for you, and when it'll be ready when you get here. And we were that close. Literally, she phoned us, didn't she, the day before we were supposed to sign it. And she said, I'm really sorry, but I can't remember what her story was, but someone else was taking it over, or the tenants weren't moving out.
The tenants decided not to move.
Yeah. And anyway, once we got here, we went and found where that house was, and it was what's the matter?
I saw some tea.
Yeah, it was in the middle of nowhere. Yes, it was a 10-minute drive from the village, but there wasn't a soul around. The kids would have had no friends. I mean, it was stunning. Don't get me wrong. It was stunning. It was right on the beach. But, it would have been lonely. It would have just been so lonely to be out there in the middle of nowhere with 2 small kids. I don't know what we were thinking.
I know, and you don't really see it, but it was up this huge steep hill with a crumbling concrete driveway to go up to it. It didn't have a heating system, and it looked a big house on multiple levels that would have been a bit chilly at the bottom and a bit hot at the top.
So, and we've had people in our community as well, and they've rented places while they've been abroad, before they've moved over here. And I get it, because you want that security.
Yeah, you do.
But don't do what we did. Just make sure that you get them to give you a tour of, if you are going to do that, look outside and see where it is, and look on Google Maps.
What's it like on Saturday night? Is there a big party going next door? Do they have parties on the beach? Do they have parties wherever it is? And it's those sort of things. Is there a workshop nearby that's going to be buzzing timber and stuff?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's all those things, isn't it? But we have a comprehensive list of stuff, again, in our community and stuff that I always put out to people. But the big thing is just get here, Airbnb it maybe, and then
I think so.
Find the area that you want to drive around and go and see all these areas. Not just think, it's got the best schools. Go and just check it all out. Make sure there is somewhere in those areas or there might be a compromise. 15k out of town, and it might be like, wow, we're saving thousands.
Yeah. We were so glad we didn't get that house. It was.
We walk past it every time, don't we? And go,
we still do it now, even now. Like, imagine if we'd lived there.
We were going to give them 6 months in advance of rent just to secure the deal.
Yeah, we were. Because you want that security. I get it. You want that security.
I know, but if you got it, they'd have got all your money, wouldn't they?
I know.
It's just like, oh, really?
I know. Right, number 3 of mistakes we made. This is a real costly one, and it was. Well, I'm not going to say it was all my fault, but it was 99.9%. Well, it was 100% my fault, really. So we were moving over to New Zealand, and we'd sold our property. And at the time, with the money that we had, this was 15 years ago, the money that we had, New Zealand dollar was 3 to 1. So 3 New Zealand dollars to the British pound.
It had been 3 to 1, hadn't it? But it took a bit of a drop didn't it? To 2.5, and we all waited for it.
No, it was
back
high.
up.
Yeah, but when we sold our property, it was high.
Yeah, yes.
And Brian was like, let's just take our money and exchange now and take it over to New Zealand. And it just makes me cry to think about it. I said, no, let's just wait until I'll watch the markets every day and I'll keep my eye on it. And I am guaranteed that it'll go up to 3.5 and then we're going to be so wealthy. You're never going to have to go and plumb again, Brian, because we're just going to have, you know. And
if you remember what 15 years ago when this video is being made in 2004, it's about 2009.
Yeah.
So that's the crash of 2829.
Yeah.
So
the lesson there was Bri wanted to use a currency exchange, what they're called,
a foreign
exchange.
Foreign exchange company.
This is why these people do this job, because they actually know what they're doing, not like me, who thought she knew what she was doing. Anyway, we ended up losing a ton of money, like a lot of money.
Yeah.
And not that I'm still bitter about that.
Yeah. So imagine 3 New Zealand dollars to 1 UK pound, 1.7.
Yeah.
1.9. Well, it's about 1.8, 1.9.
Yeah. It went down to 1.8 and we were just, it was, you know what, it added extra stress to us when we moved over, because I was constantly going, please go back up. You know, there's nothing more stressful than money, is there? And when you've thought you've got a certain amount and then all of a sudden you've got a heck of a lot less, it's painful. And go on.
So, yeah, but do you know what? There's always another way of looking at it. Now you look back at it with a little bit fonder memory than what it happened. And
I don't.
Yeah, but it made us get off our arse, buy the cheapest piece of land we could get,
buy that
which is
rubbish
this
car.
one we're on, buy the rubbish car, break 2 backs, 3 backs, building a house and the deck that we're standing on now. Would have you done it if you just bought a nice done house? You might have been completely different. But these are mistakes. But are they mistakes in the end, or is it just life learning?
Well, put it this way. I think it's a mistake when you lose a ton of money like that.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a mistake.
It is, because it's a lot of hard work to get to that point, you know.
And I wanted to tell you as well, because this is important to know. So a couple of years ago, we went to Europe and we're always looking for business deals to try and make money, as you all are. Like, you know, let's buy this and we can buy this cheap and
side hustle.
Sell it on, and we can that'll pay for the flights, and, you know, we can go house sitting and that'll pay for that. And we're always trying to find find ways rather to pay for what we've got, you know, just to have a little backhander, like, you know, just like. Anyway, so when we went to England last time, we bought a caravan over there and a car, which I'm not going to go into now because Brian will probably have a heart attack if we start talking about that car, because he hated it. Didn't you, Brian?
Oh, no, yeah, but there you go. That's what happens when you buy a European car that's been driven in Europe.
I thought you just said you loved European cars.
I do, but when they've been driven in Europe for, it would have been 8 years old, a lot of salt on those roads. And New Zealand does not like those cars when they come in with rusty marks underneath.
We should do another video about that, and bringing in, you know, because that's what we did. We bought a car and a caravan, try and make money when we brought it over to New Zealand. Anyway, cut a long story short, this time I listened to Bri and we put our money with TourFX, a company called TourFX, who we had on this channel before. We use them for all our currency exchange. We recommend that our community use them for currency exchange, because the difference with those guys is they were on the phone to us and going,
yeah, that's the difference. Like, you know,
oh, you should just wait, give it another week. Oh, now's the time. And it was just so easy, wasn't it, Brian?
Yeah, but it's not so much even easy. It's reassuring, because you're speaking to someone. They know exactly what's happening. They know what exactly the rate's doing at that time, and they're going, "Hey, do you know what? Yeah, I think it's a good time. If it goes up, so be it. But you're not talking much. It's not going to go.
Yeah, but they've done it. Know? They've done it so much times before.
Yeah,
so
and then you just know what's happening.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, we're going to hit the button now, and we're going to do it for you. We're going to do this, and this, and with it, you know, if you're talking, I don't know, 50 grand.
It's a lot of money,
isn't it? Like,
it's
you know?
a lot of money. You want, like
just doesn't go into the ether and disappear for 3 or 4 days, and then. Or you find there's been a bank crash somewhere and it's like there's no one to phone. Because
we also use Wise, you know, the card Wise, and we recommend them as well. But the difference with Wise, I find, I like Wise when I'm just doing little transfers when we're traveling.
If you've been a traveller, then I've used Wise around the world. It's brilliant. You know, you get a card and everything else. I believe TourFX, Currency Direct, are going down that same route, but that will be in the next 6 months to a year or so.
But the difference is, as I was just going to say, and then we'll move on to the next one, but the difference is, and this is what me and you talked about, is when you're dealing with that sort of amount of money, which it was like £17,000, which is like 30 odd grand, you know, it's not to be, it's a lot of money. You want to be, well, I wanted to be able to go, oh, hi, Charlotte, or hi, you know, Tori, where's the money? What's happening? And just to be able to have that reassurance, where you can't do that with Wise, though, can you, Brian?
No,
you can't ever talk to anyone. It drives me insane.
No, it's a bit weird. They're very email based and chat based. So that was the mistake. Is just use a currency. We recommend TourFX. Like I say, we use them. We love them. We are an affiliate for them because we use them, and we would only recommend them if we love them. But don't do what I did. Don't think that you can do it yourself. Don't play the currency game. Exactly. Like not unless you're a lot luckier than I was. Yeah, especially when it's 2009. Right. Okay. So number 4. Oh, this is a good one. Number 4 mistake that we made, and we've had lots of people make this mistake as well, is not allowing for the fact that it's going to take a while for you to settle in. Yeah. For you to feel like, oh no, what have I done? You know, especially if you were like me and your husband or your wife or your partner goes off to work and you're the one left at home with no friends and the kids are off at school and you're just thinking, what the hell? Like, you know, what's this? Yeah. It's hard. It really is hard for the first few. Because that's the thing. One of you, if you're a couple and you've got a family or something like that, you're coming over as a skilled migrant, then obviously one of you has got the job. You know, if you're entrepreneurial and this, that and the other, it's another ball game. But we're just talking about regular sort of people that would be coming over as skilled migrants. And like Liz said, you go off to work, whether it's me go off to work or your partner goes off to work, one of you is left on their own, either fending for the kids or looking after everything else, like, you know. You might both have jobs in that way, then all right, that's slightly different again. But you know, realistically, that's what you want to say is like it's not easy, is it? No, it's just giving yourself, knowing that it's going to be hard. That's what I was just going to say. Personally, I wasn't settled until we bought this house, and that was 2 years into it. Yeah. Up until then, I still felt like, oh, what have I done? Like, you know, and that, looking back now, that's because Brian went to work. He had his friends at work. You had a social, you know, you had people around you. Just write that down. What? Friends. Well, they weren't friends, but they were. Liz said it first on friends. Yeah, but you did though, didn't you? You had all those people around you. It's just work colleagues and stuff. Yeah. And it's just surrounded every day by different people, not just by your kids and by yourself. Yeah, and it's tough. And I just want you to know that, because don't come over here again, like I did, thinking as soon as I set foot on New Zealand soil, everything's going to be better. Yeah. All my life is going to, again, the rose-tinted glasses, you know, you just think... You're going to be different, you're going to stand out, you think you've got to, you know, your accent, or your American accent, or your English accent, it doesn't matter. There are other people... Mean? Well, you tend to think you'll make friends easy because you've just turned up. Like, you know, you're like the new kid at school. Like, you know, I remember going to a new school when I was 14. And you're the interest of the whole year. Because, hey, Bri, tell the story about when you started school and that kid said to you, do you want to come outside for a fight? Hey, tell it. Well, you want to know, don't you? You want to know, don't you? Challenge Bri for a fight when you moved down to Newquay from Liverpool. Little hard, not this one. Yeah, but you come from the northwest of England, and it's a little bit hard there. It really is. Like, you know, it was a tough schooling and lots of bullying going on, and so you had to sort of stand up for yourself and just, like, you know, punch someone in the nose if they were punching you, and not just like, no, I'm not going to defend myself. So you go down to Cornwall, and it was just like, whoa. Not that they couldn't fight, but everyone just seemed, I don't know, a bit slower. Well, it's because we didn't have to fight, because we didn't come from a rough area. But this one lad, who obviously came from a little bit of a rough neighbourhood, where was it actually came from? Can't remember now. Not Steneleys, but somewhere down in Cornwall. Don't be Glenavon. Yeah, Glenavon. All right, and he was having a go, and I was like, "What's your problem?" He said, "Well, how about you meet me outside?" Oh, is that what he said? Yeah. What did you do? I went, "Yeah, all right."
I'll just have me tomato
And he
soup,
said,
behind tomato soup, and I'll be right
Yeah.
out.
After I don't know, after school, whatever it was, at 3:00, but at the school. And okay, all right, because I
Yeah.
was just like, yeah, well, come on then.
If you think, come on, have a go if you think you're hard enough.
I'd only been there 2 days.
Yeah, and what did he do?
He didn't turn up.
Oh.
I did.
Oh, anyway, why did we get on that subject?
I don't really know.
So
Yeah, being the new person,
Yeah, being
you
the
tend
new
to think you'll
person.
be noticed more, and yes, you are, but not for the right reason, like, you know.
No, but just go easy on yourself.
Yeah.
Go easy on yourself. And like I say, if you tell yourself, well, do you know what? Liz said it took 2 years. Then you're gonna, if you're fine after 3 or 4 months, then you're quids in, aren't you? Really? But just go easy on yourself, because it's a huge, huge move that you've just done.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest thing you're ever going to do in your life. Just go easy on yourself and remember what I said to you. Which makes us move on to number 5, which is the importance of building a network of people around you.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads on nicely from this, because the whole reason, you might have heard me and Brian talking about our community that we've built, our NZAhead Community.
You are here because you love New Zealand.
You might be moving to New Zealand.
Living in New Zealand, or you might just spend your days dreaming of visiting this gorgeous country. Because we love New Zealand as much as you do, we have compiled a short and very unique 5-day video series showcasing life in New Zealand, what it's really like. These videos are real, they are exclusive, and best of all, they're absolutely free. So if you would like to view New Zealand from the inside out and find out what life is really like down here, sign up now, and every day for 5 days we will send you a personal 3-minute video showcasing some brilliant aspect of life in New Zealand. You are gonna love it. Go to www.itsadrama.com/ILoveNZ. We can't wait to share those videos with you. Okay, let's get back on with the show.
Talking about our community that we've built, our NZAhead Community. The only reason that we built that community is because it was the help that we needed when we first moved over here.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially me, because my sister is here, but she lives in Gisborne. She's working, she's got kids, she's full time. You just feel so alone. And we vowed that we would try and help people not feel alone and not struggle like we had to, when we first came over. So that's why we started our community of people, just to support each other and be there for each other. And I don't know if you know much about our NZAhead Community, but it's a private group of people that they're all there to help each other move to New Zealand and carry it forward once they get to New Zealand, just to give that support.
Yeah, and that's the difference, is there's people living still in the community that have been living here for the last 2 years, maybe 3 years, and still helping out with the community, saying, oh, we've done this, or now we're just about to buy a house, and now we're just about to do this, and we've just got our residency fully, and we're looking for citizenship in the next 2 years and stuff like that.
All
those sort of things, and it's wonderful. And people coming over, people who are just literally landed in the country. And what gives me, or makes me feel so happy about what we've done, is when they say that we're having a meetup in, say, Hamilton, or having a meetup in Wellington, of the bunch of people that are living there, Dunedin, Christchurch, all over the country, and they meet up, take pictures, and you just think, wow.
I know, it just
they've made
warms your
friends,
heart. It does. It warms your heart, it really does. But even if you can't, if you don't want to pay for a community like ours, just please go and find a Facebook group, or, just make sure that you are surrounded by people
not so much like-minded, but doing the same
who understand.
thing. Yeah,
who understand. I remember I was talking to a woman on our community once, and she just said she joined our group, and we've got like a Slack channel with loads of channels in there, and just it's a very busy place, and it just it's supportive. And I remember her saying to me, do you know what? It was the lady from Belgium. It was Lisa. Lisa from Belgium.
We actually saw Lisa in Belgium.
Yeah,
as well,
that's what I mean.
we?
She told me when we were in Belgium. We met up with her when we went to Belgium. She's here now. She lives in Tauranga. And but yeah, she said to me, you don't know how bliss that was. She said, because I couldn't speak to my mum and dad about it. I couldn't speak to my friends about it, because it made them prickle, and they just didn't want to know. And my mum and dad got upset when I talked to them about it. She said, so it was such a help to know that I had this group who understood what I was going through. So And yeah, like I say, just make sure that you do that.
That's a huge point what Liz just pointed out then. Is that lots of people don't tell their parents and things that they're actually moving till about the last month or so.
No.
And then they sort of drop it on them because, you know, they themselves don't know it's actually happening 100% till they get the job offer, till they get the visas come through, all those sort of things. And so they kind of keep it quiet, but they're talking with people that they can talk to about all this stuff. So it's like, it's not this huge secret. It doesn't feel like a huge secret.
Yeah, you just
and what's the best way to tell mum and dad? What's the best way to tell anybody? Like, you know, what's even the best way to tell the kids?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Right, number 6. We've got 2 more to get through now. So number 6 mistake that people make when they come to New Zealand. I'm going to say this was our mistake. Number 7 was one we didn't make. But number 6, when they come to New Zealand, is bringing too much stuff. And me and Brian kind of disagree on this because you're of the opinion that you should bring absolutely everything, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%. Apart from big appliances like ovens and big fridges, but you know, because the voltage difference. If you're from the US, if you're from the UK, bring the lot. If you've got the room in a container, bring it. And I know shipping has gone through the roof in the last 4 or 5 years.
See, I disagree. I just
do. You know,
you can just buy it here.
No, yeah, you can just buy it here.
Yes.
All right. So say you have a Miele oven back at home, and you know it's not part and parcel of the kitchen. That Miele oven is probably about I don't know, £1,000. So even at 2 to 1, it's like £2,500, $2,500. But they're not. There's $7,000 here.
Well, don't buy Miele then.
That's just one example.
Just buy something else that's
just
made
one
in New
example.
Zealand.
Yeah,
I know, but you're just using those examples that are silly because the Miele oven isn't even that good. And anyway, why would you take your oven out of your house that you're selling in England?
I'm just giving you an example. I'm not saying that if you've got one.
What else then, apart from the Miele oven, what else?
Tools at the time.
Yes,
when
I
we
agree
moved
with
over,
that, yeah.
you know, tools and everything. They've come down in price here. I have to admit, they're not that much difference now. I think, you know, the days of the companies are more established, like the Makitas and the Bosch and everything. They're more established in the countries now than what they were. They've just having a parallel importer. But I would bring everything because you've already paid for it. So you're going to get peanuts for it when you sell it. And then admittedly, you're going to ship it, but shipping has gone up so much. So that's the balance of the thing that you have to weigh up of how much does it cost to ship. If it's going to cost you 20 grand, you think, there's only 30 grand in there. So
Liz has lost that on the currency market, so we can't bring that now. So we'll have to leave our Miele oven at home.
Yeah.
Anyway, why would you sell your house without an oven? That's a bit weird. Oh yeah, and by the way, here's the house. Here's your keys. We'll be taking that oven. Don't worry. That's coming out.
In New Zealand, it seems to be that when you sell the house, the washing machines, the lot seem to all go with it, don't they?
Yeah.
Whereas in the UK,
take everything.
You could just take the lot out.
Yeah.
You know, and just say there's no white goods, as they call them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that was the difference, and beds and stuff like that. You know.
You know,
different size beds here, so you've just got to be careful on that.
Do you know the reason I'm saying don't bring everything is because we brought this massive slab of marble. Why did we even bring that?
It wasn't massive.
Yes, it was.
Well,
it's 6 foot by 5 foot.
Well, it's 6 foot by 2'6".
All right then, 6 foot by
like
2'6", massive piece of marble. That was a piece of marble that we'd used back in England as a tabletop in our kitchen. And I think it cost us about £2,000 or something like that, maybe not even that much. But we shipped it, and to ship it, it weighed a ton. Only about 4 big men can lift it. It's like in a big wooden box. It takes up so much room in the garage. It's like this wide because of its wooden crate. And it's been sitting in that garage for 15 years. Now, why did we bring that? That would have cost us so much money to bring. We should have just left it at home. Yes, it would.
It didn't. It just didn't.
It did.
No, because it fit in the container.
Yes, but it hasn't fit in our. Oh, Brian, you got a big spider on you.
Yeah.
It didn't fit in our garage though, and that's the thing is we've lugged it. Well, we haven't lugged it because we've only lived in one house, but we have lugged it from the rental to here.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's taken up so much room. It just annoys me, and all that we shouldn't have brought. You know.
But now we're using it.
No,
we are.
Well, yes, we are.
Out
15
on the deck,
years
outside,
later,
as an outside
because
table.
we're desperate.
Yeah, but
and we can't stand it any longer. Anyway, so I think you should not bring too much stuff when you come to New Zealand. Moving on to number 7.
What we did bring is a couple of antique, what are they called, wardrobes that we'd never ever use. So,
Which ones?
What do you mean? Which
ones?
There was an old oak one, and then there's the fancy looking one, like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe one.
That?
Yeah,
what did we do with that?
Well, we sold the last one to a guy in town. He said, "This is perfect for my villa."
Yeah, we made some good money on that, didn't we?
Yeah.
I suppose that's the other thing. I think you should bring everything because you can sell it when you get here.
Well, that gets us on to the next one.
No. Number 7 and the last one, okay, so the mistakes that people make. And this wasn't our mistake, but I've just interviewed a guy on the podcast from our community, and this was his mistake, so I'm sharing it with you. So,
thanks, Ben.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. So Ben moved over to New Zealand with his wife and his little girl, and they came with 7 suitcases, that's it, and a few cardboard boxes that his parents shipped on afterwards.
Yeah.
So he sold all it. He had a massive house in America, in
Missouri,
and he got rid of all his stuff and only moved over to New Zealand. I mean, imagine that with 7 suitcases.
That's more than you take on holiday, isn't it?
7 don't be like that, please. 7 suitcases. What am I saying again? 7 suitcases.
Yeah.
And
that was it. And
anyway,
some boxes from
so
the
I
parents.
I said to him, I said, Ben, what would you, if you could do anything differently, what would you do? And he said, you know what, Liz? He said, we had this fantastic, handmade, custom-made wooden bed that he'd had made in America. He said it was a king-size bed, and he said it was beautiful. And he said, and we didn't bring it. We just sold it, and we didn't bring it. And he said, they're living in Auckland now. He said, every night, he didn't say this, but I reckon this is what he's thinking. He said, every night when I get into bed, Kira says to me, "Oh,
Ship
Ben,
this bed."
oh, Ben, I love you." And he said, "Yeah, I love you, Kira, but I wish I'd brought that bed." He regrets, you see, not bringing the bed.
I know, and that's what I'm saying.
Don't do that.
Is if it works out for shipping price, bring everything. And if you don't want it here and it doesn't fit in and it's not quite right with the style of the home, then get rid of it, sell it, and you'll get good money for it.
Do you know what I'm going to say? This is what I thought when he told me that. I thought, something so sentimental and as special as a bed, like your bed, that's like that's the number one thing that makes you happy, isn't it?
We've still got the first bed that we ever bought.
I love my bed. I love it so much. I mean, we bought ours.
Yeah, but the kids are sleeping on one of our old beds, aren't they? Like, you know.
But we bought ours in. Did we buy it in Harvey Norman? The mattress. I love it.
Yes, we did.
It's the
we bought the original one from Auckland because it was cheaper up there. But it was like you were sleeping in a cocoon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was up here.
It was one of
somewhere.
those memory foam ones, and we didn't like it because we just
couldn't roll.
Couldn't get out. Couldn't even
move
see
in the
each
morning.
other.
I was just like, are you over there?
But anyway, yeah, so just have a think about that. When you're shipping and you're chucking, no, that can go.
Yeah.
Just think to yourself, if you're hesitating, you're like, oh no, I love this. Do you? Yeah, I really, really love this. I love it so much. I love it with all my heart. Bring it. Just bring it. You can always get rid of it when you get here, can't you?
You know, I've got one thing that I think I've still got somewhere, and I should never have bought it because it was at the time, it was pretty brand new. It was a DAB radio.
What's
digital radio. And there's no digital radio in New Zealand.
Right.
So
Is it like a CB?
No, as in like an FM radio, an AM radio that you would tune into the BBC and stuff like that. Remember when they went digital?
Yeah.
And all the cars have digital.
Oh, is it a car thing?
No, it was an alarm clock radio.
Oh.
But it didn't. It only had DAB.
Yeah.
It didn't have FM because they were shutting those transmitters down.
Right.
But there's never ever been any DAB radio in New Zealand. I think they trialled it and then just binned it.
So do you wish you'd brought that? I'm confused.
No, I wish I'd never bought it because what a way. I should have just sold it over there.
Where is it?
I don't know.
Well, find it. Sell it. It's an antique.
Well, it's not an antique.
It is.
Because it doesn't work here.
I know, but that's
what's
the
the
sort of
point?
thing.
Oh, it's a
People like
clock.
things like that, don't they? They like things that they can't have.
I could sell it,
So just sell that.
It's got an English plug on it
Trade
as well.
me.
Yeah.
This is what you can't
DAB
have.
radio. Sounds amazing.
Right, okay, so that is our mistakes that we made when we moved to New Zealand. And thank you to the contributors of this show who have given their little bits of mistakes that they made so we could go on and share them with you. Don't forget that we offer our free 5-day video guide of life in New Zealand. So if you're sitting there thinking, oh, you know, what is New Zealand like? We did these 5 little videos that that we show you some aspect of life in New Zealand. You can sign up for those. They're absolutely free. And at the end of those videos, you get access or you get details of our membership, our private community that we were just talking about earlier. So yeah, that's it, isn't it, Brian?
Yes.
Oh, I better tell you how you can get there.
Yes, it's www.itsadrama.com/I love NZ.
I love NZ.
Yeah. Or you can go to www.NZAhead.com/free.
Yes. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this show. And I'm not at all knotty and bitter about the fact that I lost all that money on the currency market. We've moved on from that now,
Yes,
okay?
honestly.
We never talk about that now.
Not unless we have an argument. It's like, what about this? Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. You are wonderful. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your emails. Thank you for your lovely, lovely support. You mean the world to us. So until next time, I will speak to you soon.
Yeah, so kia kaha, stay strong, kia u, stay true. That's true to yourself. Get down to New Zealand. Come see what it's like.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Imagine this, you're living in New Zealand with your family, just going about your everyday life, and then one day someone knocks on the door and says, oh, by the way, you've won 15 million. What would you do?
Because she said, I'm sorry. She said, if you won however many million, she said, it wouldn't make you happy. If I won 15 million or whatever on the lottery now, of course I'm going to be.
In this week's episode, we're going to dive into the New Zealand Lotto and find out just what people do when they win that amount of money and how, if any, it changes their life.